Hello, my name is C, and today I have another vloggy video for you. Well, the start of one. It is Sunday, September 21st. In these videos, I like to take you through what I'm working on, what I'm reading, watching. Maybe something funny happened at work and I share it. Who knows? Anyways, these are just kind of a week, maybe two at a glance of what I'm up to and what type of media and crafts I'm doing. So anyways, I'm gonna start off by showing you some of my whips and then we can chat about what I'm reading and watching. So anyways, the very first one that I have is Death by Tex Art from Jaded Gemshop. I really only have like 2 rows left. I have some details right in the center here left to do, but this one should be done fairly quickly. It is turning out really nicely. All the stars that you see, I've changed those out for black crystals, so that's really fun. It came with a purple, which is doing some low lights in our ghost, and then the glimmer right in the center there. So yeah, that's my first whip right now, with my lovely kind of cover binder from Shire Shenanigans. Yeah, first whip should be done pretty soon. Usually I don't start these the same day I wrap them up, the last one, but I was doing that because I have a feeling I'm going to finish this one up right away. So in case that happens, my vlog has started. And then also I'm working on Space for Reflections by Chuck Pinson from diamondartclub. This is another one where I have 2 rows left, so it should be done fairly soon. I'm trying to finish up both of these before we get into October, just because I want some finishes for my month in review, but whatever, it happens, it doesn't. This one's working up really nicely. This was one of the older kits in my stash. I've since, because it is old, like I bought this in 2021, it only comes with 2 ABs. I've added a red fairy dust into the trees, 2 shades of yellows in that one, and in the windows here to give it a nice little glimmery effect. But still, for like an old kit, this is a fairly really strong rendering. I'm enjoying this one. And then we have a newer landscape piece. This is Tennessee River Sunset. I've not made any more progress on this one. It is by Abraham Hunter. It is part of my seasonal projects, and this one is obviously for fall. I bought the part of the enhancement pack from DP with Sparklers, so just add in some extra bling. So hopefully I work on this one some more this month as well. And my final, I'm not calling it a whip because I haven't actually started it yet. This is the Crafter's Den Summer Mystery. I've only kitted it up. I haven't placed any diamonds yet, but I also want to start working on this one. It's round. So if I peel back this cover, we're gonna see some colors. And when I work on this one in this vlog, I'll make sure that I don't include any of the time lapses for it. Just because I tend to toss those in without any sort of warning. I don't want to spoil the mystery for anyone, so I might come in with progress updates, but even then I'll make sure it's covered first. To try and keep that a mystery for you guys. So anyways, I'm gonna go make some progress on these, and then later on I will let you know what I'm reading and watching. So here's a good start to the vlog. I need to kit up one more kit though. I'm trying to decide what I want to work on. Obviously something Halloween-y, but should I kit up another square? Should I kit up a round? Do I want to do another landscape or a portrait? I don't know, but I need to kit something up. So we'll figure out what that is probably after I finish up these 2. I'm gonna let you go for now. I'm just trying to open my mail. Hey. Yeah, look at that little face. Oh, thanks for me. Anyways. Ta-da! I didn't even get to open it before they were trying to get inside of it. the menaces. These new kids. Hi, so I realized in the other clips I did a really bad job of actually showing you what I got instead of just kittens. So for Pixyls, I got the Halloween Advent. I'm going to try my best. Part of me wanted to do this as like a daily thing, as intended. But I realized that it would be really fun to do a time lapse of this. And Halloween actually falls on a Friday, which would be my time lapse kid up whatever day. So I might do all of these and try and get that up on Halloween. Would that be fun? I think that would be fun. And anyways, I got the updated Galaxy Bookmark too, so that was fun. And these two lovely pieces. Of course, I picked up the Yume art. And I was heavily debating between this one and the Margaret Morales. However, I decided, because my Margaret Morales, like I'm buying every single Yume because I have every single one so far. But my Margaret Morales collection is already broken because of that mystery box. So I'm like, okay, if the next one, I'm okay waiting for a restock for the Margaret Morales, but I would be very sad if I missed this and it got archived. So I picked it up. And I had a feeling anyways, like the Margaret Moraleses I don't think are going to get archived at any point. But that's a guess. I know nothing. But yeah, so I picked up these two. I'm very happy to have them. I love that this one just looks so soft. So anyways, picked up these two. And also, it's been a while since I've done really any updates for this vlog. I think I showed you my kits and then I kind of dipped for a few days. So here's where I'm at on death. I have all the background done in this final row. I just have to finish filling it in. So another day or two and that one should be done. So yeah, that's kind of everything. And I think I'm going to move on to that mystery. No, I'm not. I'm going back to Space for Reflection. I have like 4 days left. I'm going to try and finish up both of these. Plus, I want to get the Make Market Lesbian Bats done. I think I can do it. So anyways, that's kind of like my plans for diamond painting moving forward. Totally just finish this guy up, be done with it, and then Space for Reflection. Writing wise, okay, I've been doing really good lately, and that's because I operate best under pressure. The prompt month starts October 1st. I have, I think, what is it, 7 days left? Not even before the start of it. So I have 4 of the prompts done, 5 started. I'm getting somewhere. Nope, it might only be, no, it is 5 started, and I'm writing another one tonight. So I'm hoping to write 1, maybe finish up 2. We'll see where I get. But that's the writing update. I have 4 out of 31 prompts done. I'm moving along. Those half-finished ones will be really easy too. I think I have roughly anywhere from about 400 to 800 words to add to them, which is a lot more manageable than starting from scratch, just in my own head. So yeah, because the ones that are started are anywhere between 800 to, I think my highest one is about 1600 words. So I mean, those ones are pretty much, they're getting there. I know the word count means very little to some people. But I don't know, like the word count is not the goal for me. I really couldn't care less about it. It's just doing the prompts justice. So anyways, writing chat that nobody really wants to hear. So yeah, you know what? I'm having the hardest time. Okay, today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. The archive is down Friday for 20 hours. Do you guys think I'm going to remember to grab my book tomorrow morning? So when I'm at break, I have something to read. Probably not. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna leave this one here. I might come back with some time lapses of this later. Maybe we'll finish it up together. We shall see. Eventually, I'll talk about books again. I'm still reading Bookshops and Bonedust. I'm not done it yet. I have about 2.5 hours left. I don't have anything to add from the last time I talked about it. I don't think I've talked about it yet in this vlog, actually. Anyways, I'll do a book update once I actually do some reading. It's been a few days. So, okay, I'll do it for now. Is September 28th. I finished this Friday night. Okay, I have a couple of days. Why am I shaking so much? There we go. I have a couple of days worth of diamond painting to catch you up on. This is Death Completed. I love this. I just got done filming the month in review. I am a little early on it, but I don't think I'm gonna finish anything else this month, so I was okay with it. But anyways, this is Death. It is so cute. I said in that video that I wish these like white glimmers were more white than cream, and I think I said that in here before too. But meh. I also think I should have taken out the little blobby there, just kind of smoothed them out. I also didn't change the bats. I finished it and I'm like, nah, I'm good. It's fine. So that is Death done. Yeah. And my official entry for Drills and Chills done too. So time to choose something else, I guess. So yeah, that was finished number 1 of the weekend. And then I finished up. Can I do this one-handed? Oh no, there we go. Okay. So, and then I finished up Space for Reflections. Remember I had this 2 rows done. So I did a row Friday night, and then I did a row yesterday on Saturday. So it's all done. I really love the red fairy dust that I added in here. I know you can't really see it all that clearly. Even up close you can't see it. But I know it's there. And I like it. What did I say about this one? All of the grays in here blend really nicely. Kind of suck to work on that many grays. I knew it would. Like, gray is such a boring color to work on. But it looks really, really nice. I like the rendering on this one. And I can't believe that for... Okay, so I ordered this one in 2021. For 4 years of me just beating up this canvas, it is laying so nicely. Like, there's no creases, there's no marks. I know at one point I had it like folded up like this and like full on pressed down. And it still flattens out really nicely, so props to diamondartclub. But yeah, okay, so that's Space Reflection done. So pretty. I also really like that I added the glimmers in the window. I think that was a nice touch. Alright, and then, because I needed a video for Friday, I worked on moon bats from Make Market yesterday. Started and finished it. And I did a whole, words hard. I did a whole video of me like hitting this up and working on it, so like the entire process. You guys would have already seen it by now. I don't know why I'm trying to explain it. But yeah, so that's the diamond paintings I finished this weekend. I also started on the Crafter's Den summer mystery. I'm not going to show it quite yet. I will at some point. But it is adorable. It is the complete wrong season to be working on this one. Like, I am in the mood for reds and oranges, and that is like, okay, slight spoilers, that is bright yellow. I'm just kind of like, it's the wrong season, but I'm gonna work on it because I don't want it to be spoiled for me before I actually work on it myself. So that's kind of where we are. I don't know what I'm kitting up next. I mentioned this in the month in review, but this is 190. I want in this moment from diamondartclub to be number 200, but my specials are stuck in the mail because Canada Post is on strike again. So I have like the Crafter's Den mystery will be number 191, Tennessee River Sunset will be 192, Morning in a Pine Forest 193. So I pretty much only have 6 kits left that I can finish before, like, I don't know how to explain this. But anyways, yeah, I have like 6 kits left that I can mess around with. And I just don't know, like, am I going to work on all my massive kits to just kind of drag that time out? Or will I just keep working on whatever calls to me, and if I get close to that 200 or something should be that 200, I just don't finish it. Listen, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that in this moment is number 200. It's gonna happen. So anyways, that's kind of my update. You know what? No. I was going to say I was going to chat about my books, but I kind of like doing that on my ride home from work. So, I will save the chatting about books until then. I finished Bookshops and Bonedusts. I started a studying drowning. I'm about 2 hours out from finishing that one. And then I will move on to, I believe, Where the Dark Stands Still is my next book. So yeah, I'll talk about all that with you guys tomorrow on my way home. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna leave for now. I was gonna say I'll come back with time lapses, but again, I'm working on that summer mystery, so I won't have any time lapses for you guys unless I start working on Tennessee River Sunset again. But anyways, okay, I've rambled enough for now. Bye-bye! Hi. Okay, I forgot I had the funniest story to tell you guys from Friday when I was at work. For anyone who this might be your first time seeing one of these, I am a school librarian, so I take care of the space and I help students find book, well, students and staff. Anyways, so Friday there's this kid, he's visually like, he's pacing, you could see he's thinking hard. So I call him over and I'm like, what's got you thinking so hard, bud? And he comes back with I'm trying to remember this book series because I want to know if you have it, but I don't know what it's called. So I'm like, all right. This is one of my favorite games to play. Let's do this. So I asked the kid what so we go over to my computer, I sit down, I start asking all the questions. Like, what do you remember about the book? So he tells me, it was about, I think, these 3 kids. I think one was named Ollie, and I think Ollie finds this book, but like there's another person that doesn't want Ollie to have the book, and I know it's a mystery. I think the name has hollow in it, or maybe an adjective of hollow. And then that's all I got the first round of questions. So I'm like, okay, hollow in the title. It's about a kid named Ollie. We got this. So I start searching around. I find a few books. They're not what he's looking for. So I'm like, okay, let's change this up a bit. What else do you remember? So he goes, maybe Hollow was the second book. Maybe, so I'm like, okay. It's like, I know it's a mystery. So I'm like, okay, great. So I just start Googling middle grade mysteries. Let's just see what pops up there. And I'm going through a list and I'm trying to put in like the character's name Ollie. So like middle grade books with Ollie. And then he goes, I know it's a series. I think there's 4 books in this series. And my mind goes to like, I know that there's a book series with 4. It's middle grade. It's kind of newer, but not super popular. And then he goes, I think it has a scarecrow on the cover. All right. So now I knew we were looking for something with a scarecrow. It's a series. It's a mystery. So I just keep scrolling through this list. And then I see that we stumble, like there's a purple scarecrow. He didn't say purple. But yeah, he didn't say purple, and I'm just like, okay, well maybe it's this one. And I start reading the description, and it's got a character named Ollie. Briefly, I can see there's mention of a book, so I show him the cover. That was the one. I don't understand. He was very excited. I didn't have the book, but at least we figured out what book it was. I don't understand like how. Also, I want it known, the setting, the city named, it's set in a city named Hollow, so that's where Hollow came from. The book is called Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. Also, the series name is Small Spaces. So, I mean, I'm glad we figured out what the book was, but I'm like, why is it always that the cover is the easiest clue to go off of? I'm like, I'm happy this kid knew more about the book, at least like the genre. Sometimes I just get, it has a scarecrow. I'm like, but that's like 2,000 books at minimum. There's more than that, far more than that with scarecrow. But at least he had something. And we pieced it together, so we're good. But those are always like fun little mystery games to try and figure out what books kids are looking for. And at the same time, I had this girl come up. And she's like, do you have any books like Babysitters? She has asked me 3 weeks in a row for books like Babysitters Club. And like 3 weeks in a row. Okay, I'm exaggerating. I think it's been 2. And every time I show her a few more, I'm like, I think we need to have a discussion about how to browse the library. I don't know. Because honestly, when kids ask me for, like, do you have a book about blank or like blank? I just go to the shelves and I start pulling things off based off the cover. Don't judge me for that one. I look at the subject headings a lot for the books. I cannot tell you what the description of them are, but in my mind, I can connect some subject headings to just like the cover of a book. Just from like constantly browsing my catalog, and I recently did like this book bin. So I have a rough idea of genres and that within the space. But anyways, just like because even within genres, you have your typical covers. a lot of your romantasy ones has these big long titles and like the fancy filigree work, and I am thinking of A Court of Thorns and Roses and see, the title is gone, but I have pictures of books in my head. And like horror, you tend to have like darker covers with, they're a lot more gray or red or black. If it's more like woodsy based, sometimes you have some more browns in there. So like genres do have themes to the covers. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, my whole point was I got to play a good game of guess a book based off a few vague questions. Again, I like those. They're fun. It gets my brain thinking. So, anyways, okay, I think that is all I had to share at this clip now. Okay, so this is just a sampler piece that came with my mystery advent, or my Halloween advent from Pixyls. This one, Pixyls will always be my favorite. These bigger ones are actually kind of fun too. I can't do this one. It is far too finicky with the layers, and because I think if you've been watching me do this one, I keep my sheet the same way. However, to pick this up, I have to actually like constantly pick it up and try and get these to stick out, and I already messed up these stickers. I'm just like, and then I gotta like turn it to, it's more tedious. I don't think Pixyls are for me, but I do like these two. Anyways, they put out a survey earlier of like, I don't know if I would call it a survey or it's just like a request what you would like for their Christmas drop. So I put down my name for the Christmas Advent again. I had a lot of fun doing that the first time around. A couple of the little mini postcards, like the 3 landscapes. I don't know if they're actually postcards. I just know there was 3 little landscape pieces that I thought were cute. And the calendar. I thought the calendar would be interesting. So anyways, I'm going to finish this one up and get back to working on my mystery. Again, it's Sunday, so I really don't expect to get a whole lot more done. I didn't do any writing like I thought I would, so I really need to sit down and get that done today. I have days 1 through 3 done, and I really need to get 4 done, and then I can finish up the rest. I think I have stuff half written down for every day, but yeah, I have stuff written down for every day but 4 and 9 so far, if I'm working in order. So I really like having half finished ones is totally fine. That's easier to work with than from scratch or just like an idea, which is why I'm struggling with number 4, because I just have an idea down and like a rough outline. I'm like, okay, now I have to actually like, whose perspective do I want to do this from? What do I want to be my starting point? Do I really want to build up into the action, or do I just want to drop us in there and do like unreliable narrator? Because that's always fun. It's harder to, okay, I say unreliable narrator, it's mostly just he can't think straight. So like I always wonder where I should start it for this. I think for this one, for the prompts that I have written down for day 4, I think I'm just gonna go for it and be like right in the middle of the action. Because I know 5 and 6 both have, nope, 5 does not have any sort of build up. 6 does, so I kind of want to break things up with how I start things, so it's not so repetitive. Because I mean, yes, it is 31 days of straight prompts and stories from me, but I kind of like the idea of breaking up how I write things so it's not so formulaic, because then I get bored of writing it, and then whoever reads it might get bored of the same formula. For that, I just mean like starting points. Like sometimes I like to build up into the main bit of it, but then other times I like just kind of like starting right in the middle of things. And it also really depends on the prompt too and what I'm writing. But anyways, okay. I've rambled quite a bit, I believe. Honestly, I was really close to finishing this guy up, so I was just trying to fill space. But yeah, I'm gonna go do some writing. I'm gonna pout about the weekend being over, and I'm going to listen to my book some more. Trying to think about what else I have to do. I'm actually really excited for dinner tonight because we're doing hot pot. We do hot pot at home. We bought like all the fancy pots and that, and we make our own sauces and do all of that fun jazz. So I'm really stoked for supper tonight. Anyways, there we go. There's the Pixyls done. I'm not doing this one. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here for now. Truly this time. I'll be back with something later. I don't know what it's gonna be because I don't want to show this quite yet. We'll figure it out together. How do I get to be one of these in the next life? A little dude is living his best life. Hi, okay, so it is now Wednesday. This week has just been kind of annoying, but also really nice. Okay, so here's the thing. Monday I went to work. I don't know what I last updated everybody on. I should have checked last night before. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Monday was just, regular work day. Tuesday was a holiday, so I was at home. I actually went on a walk with my mom and brother, which was really nice. We went to the provincial park, and we walked one of their fall paths, and let me tell you, it was so pretty. I'm gonna try and remember to sneak in probably 2 or 3 of the pictures that I took. I took like 7, but it was still like really pretty. Yeah. And that was pretty much my day. Like and then I spent the rest of the day watching My Hero. Again, there are so many things about that series that I forgot originally, and just like fan stuff that has taken over. But like I forgot how much I hated Best Jeanist at the start of the series because he took Bakugo as an intern, but not because he liked who Bakugo was, but because he hated him so much he wanted to change everything about Bakugo. I'm like, that's such a... Like, why? Why would you do that? I did get a kick out of Todoroki calling the police chief a mutt. Like, Todoroki has no filter, and I'm here for it. I love that kid. But anyways, I got sidetracked. It is Wednesday. I went to work. Okay, there's a couple of things that annoy me today, but I'm not chatting about work. But yeah, there's a few things. Nothing really super important happened to work. I have like 13-14 minutes to chat with you guys. I'm currently sitting in my car. Because work is done, I have a meeting with the library techs starting at 4. I'm done my day at 3. I can't go home because I'll get home and have to immediately turn around. So I'm just kind of sitting in the Starbucks parking lot. I'm heavily debating if I just... Okay, I have this on me right now. This is gonna be so weird if I actually include this. A lot of the times when I talk in my car, I do it over diamond painting. Maybe I'll just include this. We'll see. I might need to hype myself up for that. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just kind of sitting in my car. I have like another 10 minutes left, and then I'll take off for my meeting. But I thought since I was just gonna be sitting here anyways, I could catch you guys up on what I've been reading. Since it's been a while. So I finished Bonedust. Nope. Bookshops and Bonedust by somebody. It's the prequel in the Legends and Latte series. Interesting books. You know what? Those ones are just, like, cute, cozy. I am so mad at the epilogue. I won't tell you who, if you haven't read the series. If you have, you already know. But the epilogue goes with, what was her name? Viv? She gets a letter from our characters that happened in this book. Viv is from the first book, Legends and Lattes. So she gets a letter from the bookshop owner going like, hey, I'm going on an adventure, maybe our paths will cross again. And then it goes, she tucks her wife's hair behind her ear. Excuse me? You can't leave that out. I want that information. I want that story. How did that happen? Tell me about the wedding. What? That's just rude. So I'm annoyed. I also feel extremely awkward just sitting in my car talking. This has been the warmest I have been all day. It is 27 degrees here today. Tell me why every single building has their AC blasting in the middle of fall. It is hot. I am uncomfortable. This has been the warmest I've been all day. My fingers are still really, really cold. But anyways. Oh, that's lovely. So, yeah. Okay, what did I read next? I moved on to A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. I am disappointed with that book. I put it as 3 stars on Goodreads, and I think it's like a solid 2.5. And I only say that because A Study in Drowning is, this girl is in an architecture school. She wants to be in the literary program, but of course men won't let her. So she went the architect path. And then there was a advertisement to redo this recently passed author's house. The house is crumbling. They need someone to design a new home. So she throws her name in, she gets picked, and so she goes, travels to the house, and realizes, oh, this thing's falling apart. Like, it is literally falling into the sea. So she is trying to come up with a design with this, but something isn't quite right in this house. There's another boy there from the literature college, who is trying to say that the author never wrote a single one of his books. So you have, and I forgot, the architect student is like big fan of this author. Like, she lives by his words because she feels seen within his pages. So it's a really intriguing story. However, I thought it was drowned out by the just gross and creepy old men. Like, every single man in that book, but the student from the literature college, was a disgusting creep of a man. And I'm not even, like, exaggerating. It was just filled with gross men trying to take advantage of women. And I know that's, like, the whole thing with this story, and it is hammered into you within the story. I'm just like, can we stop with the creepy looks? And yeah. And there's a main current under here where, or another story under here where our main character is being hunted by the fairy king. But everybody else is telling her that no, she's just crazy, take your pills. Which, excuse me? But it could have been really interesting if it focused more on how the old stories can be used as a guide, and like, where does the line get drawn between mythology and like legends and lore and reality, and where does that line blur? It could have been so cool, but it was just buried underneath like so much of men just putting down women. And that was the main thing. It was like the entire thing, this girl still was just trying to prove that she's just as good as any man, and the men are just like, no, you need to be in home with the children. It was pretty much the tone of the book. I'm like, yeah. And this isn't even an old book. This is like a new release. Like, past 3-4 years, something like that. I don't know. I think it could have been so much better if it wasn't just bogged down by men being gross. Yeah, so I still have the second book. I'm debating if I actually want to pick it up and hope for something better. I'm like, do I really want to waste my time on that? I also have what is it called? Where the Dark Stands Still. So you have this girl. Okay, rough summary. You have this girl, she has a cursed power, she makes a deal with the demons deep in the woods. That is what I know of it. I also have Immortal Consequences on audiobook, and the ALC list, so my educator advanced listening copy list updated for October. Lots of good books on there again. I actually got my hands on an advanced copy of The House Sapphire by Marissa Meyer. It comes out next month. And I got a copy of Witchlore, which comes out later this month, I believe, or it might already be out. For sure. And Seven Deadly Thorns, which is also a release for next month. I'm pretty sure I have edition of that on the way. A special edition. So some really, really good books. There was a couple of other ones that I picked up that I can't quite remember at this moment. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to read next. I still really want to get to Dark Rise, and I should really finish The Raven Scholar, but we'll see what I do. I have a feeling that after this meeting, I'm not going to get home until quite a bit later tonight. So I think I'm just going to focus on writing and trying to get ahead a few days. Hello. It's October 1st. My writing prompt month has started. I have been living in fanfiction haven. There has already been... I've already read like 6 fics for the first day's prompt, so I'm happy. Mine went up. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah. And I only have day 2 and 3 done. I need to get 4. And then I have 5 through 8 started. I think I finished up 6 today, or I'm very, very close to finishing up 6. I was writing on my break. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna spend the night writing. I am almost done my Crafter's Den summer mystery, so I will be picking on getting up something else next. I'm thinking The Three Witches by Lyra the Lavender Witch, but also Lavender Witch by Cherry Yuki from Jaded Gemshop is also on my list to do. So I'm debating between those two. My Stitch Along, Flossy Fox Stitch Along should be here tomorrow. I have Happy Meal when I get home. My Diamond Artisan kits arrived. I think that's all I have to update you guys on. I might watch some more My Hero. Yeah. But I'll get back to doing time lapses and everything soon. I just don't want to do the mystery kit because I know people are still just receiving them now, so I don't want to spoil anything. I say this as this is going up next Friday. Like I don't know what days things are. Okay, I'm gonna leave this clip here. We shall see if this is an impromptu face reveal. Hello, if it is. If it's not, whoopsie! Okay, see you later. Hi, it's October 2nd. I had these 2 kits show up yesterday, and I had another order show up today, so yay! But anyways, the kits that arrived yesterday is 2 of the Sarah J. Maas posters from Diamond Artisan. The third one, of course, this is for Court of Thorns and Roses. I had someone say, like, I thought you hated A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm like, I do. Kind of. I hate Feyre and Rhys. I really like Nesta. And I know that's not a popular opinion. But Nesta is probably my favorite out of all those characters. And anyways, we all know I'm very much a complete the series person, so obviously I still had to get Valaris. And then Terrasan, which was the first series by Sarah J. Maas that I read. That is her Throne of Glass. So I got both of these as squares, and I just purchased the third one, which is Blue Dantheon. it is for her Crescent City series. I actually got that one as a round. It would be slightly bigger than this one, but I'm thinking eventually when I go, I do want to display these because I think they're really lovely pieces and they go really nicely together. I figured I could do the Crescent City one right in the center, and because it is bright warm colors, it's larger, and then I could put these cooler toned ones on either side of it. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. But anyways, I had such different experiences reading this one. Like Akhtar, I was just annoyed at Feyre 90% of the time. This one made me cry so much. I really do like this one. I still need to actually properly finish reading Crescent City. I've only read book 1. But I have a feeling, knowing me, when I reread those series, I will work on these kits. But anyways, yeah, those are the kits from Diamondart. I'm very excited to see that Crescent City one. I just love the colors in it. So anyways, I also had my Jade kit show up today. This is my Flower Dragon Stitch Along that everybody else has been working on, and mine just refused to show up. Okay, that's being a little mean, but it just took a really, really long time, so it's finally here. I'm gonna get this one started tonight, I think. Probably tonight, we'll try. Yeah, I'm excited to get to this one. I've had an itch to do a cross-stitch conversion, so I'm glad this one's here. It's either this or Ghost doing stuff, which I still might work on Ghost doing stuff anyways. And then I also got, of course, I had to get Derpy and Birdie. I do have plans to go in and clean up some of this because Jade always includes enough drills that that's possible. So I might clean up the rendering as I work on this one a little bit. We'll see. Actually, I think I really do want to do this one. This is a square. All of these are squares. No, it's not. This one down here is not. But yeah, this one is another square piece and 3 glimmers. That'll be fun. I'm curious to see where those are. And then the final piece that I got, listen, she may not be an official princess, but Meg is my favorite princess, so I had to get this one. The name of the kit confused me so much. I like Enchanted Frost. I was like, what is that, the actual name of this, or is that just wrong? I have no idea. Oh, I saw Meg and I'm like, yep, I'm buying that. But yeah, Hercules was one of my favorite movies, and Meg was totally my favorite princess, and I think that tracks for me. The kind of like kick butt female leads instead of the whiny leads. So anyways, those are my new kits. Yeah, really excited to get to this one. This was a round one, by the way, and it's Jade's hand charting. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep working along on the summer mystery. I have 2 rows left of it, so it should be done soon. And then I'll get back to working on this one, I think. No, I'm not. I'm working on this one. And then that one. And then probably kitting something else up because I need a round in the mix. But anyways, we'll figure that all out later. Writing update. I have 4 days done. However, I only have day 1, 2, and 3 done. Day 1 and 2 are already up. Because it's October 2nd. Day 4 is not done, but I have 6 and 7 done. I need to get 4 and 5 done. So that's also on my plans for tonight. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one here for now. is ooh, October 6th. It's Monday. I'm sorry for disappearing. Like, I recorded that one clip on like Thursday or Friday or whatever, and then never again. I got a cold. I don't feel good. I don't sound good either. Anyways, whatever. Let's recap what I did over the weekend, and then I will finish out this video. So I finished the Crafter's Den Spring Mystery. Did not share any clips in here for it. I would like to keep the mystery for a little bit longer for other people. I will either, I think not next week, one of the last 2 weeks this month, I will have a full like unboxing start to end video for it. So if you want to see, that would be a good time to go take a look. So that one's all done. It's very, very pretty. I'm very happy with it. Totally the wrong season, but it's fine. Jade put up her fall one, so I do need to order that one. But anyways, yes, so I finished up that. I think that was all the whips I had earlier. I'm currently editing the first video, but I'm only about 15. Sorry, the first half of this. But whatever. Anyways, as I said earlier in the video, my Foxy Flower Dragon Stitch Along, sorry, words are so hard today, arrived. So I kitted that one up, and I got this, the first 2 months done on Saturday. The third one is going to be over here, I think, the third month. And I think that actually comes out on Wednesday or Thursday on the 9th. So I'm not going to put this one away quite yet, and then I'll do that one and then put it away. Originally I was going to time-lapse this entire thing. I'm glad I didn't. This took me like 12 hours to do, so it would have never worked for a video. But it is adorable. I do really like this. I wish I could have started with everybody else, but I mean, it didn't take me too long to catch up, and I caught up before the third month was done, so yay. And then I started working on this thing again, so it's not just 2 rows. I actually got more done. So here's the third row. I'm working up into here, and I'll keep working on that later today. It is a lot confetti, and I kind of feel like hitting something else up. I know, shocker. that I'm avoiding this one somewhere. I might kit up 3 Witches by Lyra the Lavender Witch, because I want to have some really pretty color blocking in the sky. Or I might kit up a Miss Butterdee, because I think those are more color blocky. I have to say, I have really been craving some sort of like cross stitch conversion, so having this was really nice. But again, I'm trying to keep track of how many finishes I have and what those projects are, because again, I still want in this moment to be 200. So anyways, whatever. Reading wise, I have not read anything. I actually had to return my hold of Where the Dark Stands Still. I had 2 days left, but it's a 12-hour book. I was not going to finish it. I'm actually really annoyed, because if I didn't catch the cold, I would have had the focus to listen to it and get it done. Whatever. And then I also had a Theory and Dreaming, of course, 5 days on that one. But again, another like 12-hour audiobook. And the first one didn't really wow me, so I don't know if I'm going to continue that series. I returned the hold anyways. So now I'm going to move on to Immortal Consequences, which was on my Fairy Loot books. I got the audiobook from Libby, so I will start on that soon. What else do I have to talk about? Oh, Saturday, I've been rewatching My Hero, because the final season started on Saturday. So rewatching that series has been fun and sad. It's one of my favorites. And that first episode, like the opening song, the animation for it has so many little tiny hints in it that just, ouchies. The song is really good. They brought back, this is something very few people care about. My Hero Academia has 8 seasons now. The people who did the very first opening for season 1 came back to do the final opening of the series, and they reused some of the lyrics, which was heartbreaking. I can't wait to hear what the ending song is going to be. The first episode didn't include it, but I'm very, very curious who they got for it. I feel like I know this, but I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, I watched the first episode. It had way too much All Might in it, but it's fine. I'm really excited for the next episode, actually. Ugh. The sneak peek thing was like the end of an era, so I know what's coming up next. Anyways, okay. So yeah, I was watching My Hero instead of listening to books, but I'm gonna flip that around tomorrow or today, I think, and get back into listening to some books. So anyways, I'm gonna end this one here. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know if you read or watched anything good lately, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, bye bye.